What's up, everyone? It's beautiful out. This is why I wanted to go for a walk. I didn't want to go get Bill. I wanted to go enjoy the morning, man. It's only 8 in the morning, 7:30, you know? It's like 8:30 now. But you see all the geese, they're just chilling. That was the first swing set that I sat on with Margarita. We have pictures of our shadows. We took a bunch of shadow pictures over here because you can stand up on the hill, and when the sun's peeking, from that side, it shows the shadow down on the grass. But you can see all the baby geese down there. There's still a bunch of babies down there. I would go down there, but I don't want to bother them. They're sleeping still. But yeah, this is why I wanted to go for a walk, man. I love nature. I love the earth, When I was young and getting abused a lot, physically, mentally, by my two younger brothers, by my stepdad, and the family, my brothers as well, my two older brothers, my mom took off with my father, to a different state, got pregnant with me, they took it the wrong way, when I come home, my mom come home, I was, she was born, I was born, they traumatized me, man, they tortured me a lot, they'd stick me in the closet, tie me up and shit. I became like fucking master escape artist. I remember all that shit. And I never really talked about it. And when I did bring it up to my brothers, they didn't want to speak about it. So, alright, when you don't want to speak about it, then I don't want you in my life. Why would I want you in my life? They cause nothing but problems. Ain't none of them doing anything anyways. They never have done anything. And they never will. Unless they accept Jesus in their life. There's a groundhog. There's a bunch of animals down here, man. I got like a 30-mile walk to put down. It's about 15 miles there, 15 miles back. It's gonna take me half the day. I brought a little lunch with me. But I had to get out of the house. I move a lot. I can't stay in one spot. It's driving me crazy being in this house, I was trying to settle down and have Margarita, you know what I mean? Stay in this house and travel, use this house as base, but, God has other plans, so, He wants me to follow my dream. He wants me to use a boat as base. So, and I gotta find, I'm gonna have several bases, which I already have a few. I've had a life before, life stories, perspectives, a lot of people don't understand that. I had a life before I got in trouble. None of my family knows where I was or what I was doing. They never really been involved in my life, actually. None of them have. So they assume they think they know what it is I do every day, or what I have done, or where I've been, and they know nothing. It's hilarious. And when I go tell them, they don't want to listen. They don't care. They're too busy getting high or, their own life, doing whatever they're fucking doing. See, it's starting to come together now. All the stuff they planned. But yeah, I made a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I ate 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I have 1 cup of coffee. I drank 1 bottle of water, and I have 2 bottles of water in my backpack. So I'm trying to limit it today. As far as I'm basically trying to, only bring what I need for the trip. Just enough, food to get there and back, energy-wise. I don't want to put too much, so, So, you got to learn how to ration that stuff out. I got to do this, I'm going to be on the boat. And I got to be able to gauge how much food, you know, me and Margarita are going to eat. You know, and people don't put in perspective, you know, you have a child on a boat, they're going to eat twice as much food. They're not going to be hunkering down, conscious of saving energy and staying in the shade and all that, you know. And having a kid on the boat is going to be stressful. So I'm not going to be taking in any families or any honeymooners or doing any charters my first year. So it's going to be very difficult. I'm going to have to find other sources of income, you know, and do work and stuff, which I'll be showing you guys that stuff, you know. You know, I'm going to show you guys all the programming and stuff, but that's later on down, you know. You know, you got to earn to see that stuff, you know. You got to earn that from me. I'm not about to show everyone all that stuff, you know what I mean? That's my gift, you know. You know, I'll show you basics and stuff. I'm not going to show you guys my programs or, you know what I mean, anything that I do that is proprietary to what it is I'm about to be doing for people. You know, networking things, communication stuff. That was my specialty. That's what I've been studying my whole life. And I've always seen a need for communication, for translation, you know. You know, I mean, I'm about to be marrying a Mexican woman that speaks a different language. We have a hard time communicating. And this is a lot of what my program is about. So, that's about all you guys get from me. But I need help though as well. You know, it's not easy, the stuff that I'm doing. I fucking love this garage. I always have. That cobblestone garage is so fucking beautiful. You can tell the old man made it. I told him I like his garage. He always sits in that rocking chair right there in his little thing. He has like a little company he does, you know, he fixes up stuff. He builds stuff for people. His own little contracting company. I was actually thinking about getting his card. He does nice work, you can tell. These things I actually looked at, these actually are pretty cheap. They're 2 houses, you know, little apartments side by side, in a sense. No garage though. It's the only thing that kills it. See this home how it has 2 doors on the front? The house I mentioned in the last video, my grandma's selling them. Trying to get it. It has 2 just like that, but way bigger. It has 2 apartments. It has 2 lofts above it, and you can rent them out. And I've rented out the spaces above my grandma before. I've lived up there. I like it up there. It's a nice little stash spot. I'm serious. If you have no idea. Grandma had no idea. Funny, I've got her. There, she was renting out. So there was a neighbor of mine. I'm not gonna say his name, but they were doing some shady shit, you know. And they hit a lick. His brother actually hit a lick, and come running to the house, you know. And I'm up like usual, you know, doing dumb shit myself, you know. And I'm thinking this motherfucker is coming up at my grandma's house, you know, like trying to steal something, you know. It was a bad situation. Let's just say I had guns pulled out, and my neighbor, the girl that my grandma originally rented the home to, you know, the apartment to, you know, she got a little kid, you know, a little Mexican mixed kid, you know, and her boyfriend was Mexican. And she was Arabic, and she's yelling in Arabic at him, and he's yelling in Mexican, and they have a hard time communicating it like me and Margarita did. It was hilarious. I seen it, but it ended up good because the person that thankfully her man was there, and the brother was coming, for, safety from the older brother, the younger brother, on the run type shit. And, thankfully I was cool about it. It was bad, dude, like that. Because he come running up through the yard. He come running, hopping over the fence, man. You know what I mean? It's fucking 3 a.m. And I hear this shit. And, there's stories you could listen. That house is so old. It's built from that's why I want the house. It's all brick and it's still got plaster. Like, it's got fucking asbestos in the walls, man. I'm telling you. That's how old it is. And, you can hear everything. The doors creaking, the floor. You can't walk through that house without knowing where that you know where that person is at all times. That's another reason why I like that house. I can hear. But I don't want to live in there, really. I love the area. There's no garage, and it's like a big ass house with 2 apartments on top. But there's a reason why I want it, because of the history behind it. So the church that's down the street is the original, like the first church ever built in that area. And the houses on that block were all the church, like clergymen, you know what I mean, and women. And there's a Bible in that house that's original from that church. And my uncle, my grandma have it, and I want it. I've been trying to get it from them. They wouldn't give it to me. But it has, they found money in it. They found, it has, officers that have been killed in action in Detroit, and, the surrounding area has, their death certificates. It has a bunch of different, people, their marriage licenses and shit. It's crazy how much stuff is in this Bible. And it's old. I mean, it's old. I want it so bad. And it was left in my grandmother's home when it was bought. And it was in the cellar down in the basement. And they found it. And they found what's crazy is down the house. So the Arabs in that neighborhood, they'll buy the old houses, they'll tear them down and build these palaces, they come over from the Middle East, they have all this money, they're trying to show off, all their families lives over here, they want to express, their success, so they do that, and they build these big ass houses on a little piece of property like this. So, see this square house right here? Imagine this piece of property with the whole from the sidewalk all the way to the end of the piece of property. It's all one house. There's no yard. They'll build this big ass house with the garage built in the house in the very, very front. And then they'll put a glass garage door so you can see inside. And what they'll do is they'll either park their cars there so you can see their nice cars, or most of them, what they do is they show off their family, that they're family oriented. It's a big, show who's better. And, they'll set out the white couches, and they'll set out the hookahs, and the chandeliers and stuff. It's crazy. The city actually, supposedly my dad worked for the school board, my dad said that the city actually got tired of it, because, they'll party and all that other shit, cause problems and stuff, outside of the house, so, shit happens, shit goes down, but they stopped the city, they basically put in a law stipulating you can't have a glass garage door, you can't turn your garage into a room, for the family, which is against the Constitution. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I thought that was funny. I told my dad, that ain't gonna last. Everybody's gonna do whatever they want. They're not gonna stop doing what they're doing. Crazy. They'll find a way. But I actually I mentioned before, I kind of admire it, I envied it a little bit, because you see all these families together in their homes, in these big homes, beautiful homes, and my family's shit, I don't even have a family. So that's why I'm leaving. I'm traveling halfway across the world to have a family with Margarita. So, you know, on my way to go to the doctors and stuff, I'm gonna do some nature walking. When I get down there, I'm gonna save some battery power. I'm gonna take you guys through some trails and stuff. Maybe, I don't know, I'll see if I find something historic. I don't know, we'll see, maybe not. I don't know what today's gonna bring. It's still really early. I might get a message for this transmission, who knows? Shit's happened to me many times. Fucking be out halfway across the fucking state and get a message and gotta turn around because I got $3,000. Fucking, I gotta have some for sale and I can't turn down the money. So that's part of this business. So if that's what you want to get into, it's gonna be it's fun every day. That's all I can say. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, take care.